When my kids were younger, I built them a two-story playhouse. The inside was just kind of like a fort, and then above that was a deck that they could climb up on, and to get down they had to come down the slide, or they could go down the ladder, I guess. But they played in that thing for years and had a lot of fun in it. But when they became teenagers, they eventually stopped using it. So I took it apart and stacked all the lumber behind the shed, and it was out in the weather for a couple of years. And then I got the idea to um, go back and get that lumber and make each of them something from it, just so that they could have a piece of their childhood with them. So that's what this week's video is about. So let's get to it. I decided I wanted to build each one of them a desk from the old planks, and I needed 4 2x6s for each of the desktops. So I pulled out 8 of the best boards that I could come up with and lined them all up on one end, and just to make sure that they were each long enough. I was going to cut the ends off anyway just to clean it up, but I just wanted to make sure that I could put together enough solid 2x6s to make a nice solid desktop. I wanted to make the frame out of black pipe and black pipe fittings, so I purchased a bunch of pipe and fittings and put together this frame. And I just needed to make sure that the frame was shorter than the length of the shortest board. I built the playhouse out of Redwood, so I knew once I ran those boards through the planer that it would pull out all of the colors that it had originally. And needed to arrange these so that it was either white next to white or red next to red, because I wanted to make the desktop look as seamless as possible. After I cut these boards to length, I used biscuits and glue to laminate the desktop. And this first one I built for my daughter. I've got it all clamped up and waiting for the glue to dry. Okay, the first desktop is all glued up, and I've got it sitting on the frame, which I still need to clean up, but I just wanted to check, make sure that it was the right size for the frame, and it looks good. So now I just need to attach it to the frame, and you can see that it has a knot hole towards the back of the desktop, and I put that there on purpose so there'd be a nice natural hole to drop the power cords through. Got the first desktop mounted onto the frame. So now what I need to do is get a hand router and go around and soften all the edges, and then give it a good sanding job on the top. Here I'm working on gluing up the desktop for my son, and you can see there's quite a bit of squeeze out, but that's not a problem. I'll clean that up once it dries with the hand plane. I gave my son's desktop a quick coat of poly, but I wasn't crazy about all of the cracks and knot holes, so I went back and filled those with wood filler, and I ended up sanding the entire top down and then staining all of the wood filler to best I could to match the color of the area that was surrounding it. So here's my son's desk all finished. You can see that I was able to stain all of the wood filler pretty well so that it matches the surrounding area. And I just wanted to build something that my kids could take with them and have a little piece of their childhood. So I hope that they enjoy these desks. I enjoyed making them. That's it for this week. See you guys later. Thanks for watching.